All right, you're planning a trip to Korea and want to make the most of it. Great. But to really enjoy your stay, there are some important things you need to avoid doing. Seoul is the fifth largest city in the world and has some of the best street food in Asia. Before you go, it's important to know and respect a few cultural rules. You don't want to be the kind of unruly tourist that locals dislike, right? Here's everything you need to know before going to Korea. 1. Don't stick chopsticks in rice. The most common mistake people make while using chopsticks in Asia is leaving them sticking upright in a bowl of rice. In Korean culture, this resembles the way rice is offered to the deceased at funerals. It's seen as a bad omen and should be avoided. 2. Don't stare at people. In Korea, staring at others can be considered rude and invasive. It's best to avoid making prolonged eye contact with strangers. If you're curious about someone, try to observe discreetly. 3. Don't get offended when asked about your age. In Korea, age determines the level of respect you give and receive. It's common for people to ask about your age soon after meeting you to establish how to address you properly. This isn't meant to offend, but rather to understand social hierarchies and show appropriate respect. 4. Don't sit on subway seats reserved for the elderly or pregnant women. It may sound obvious, but don't sit in the reserved elderly seating, even if there are no elderly present. In Korea, these seats are strictly for the elderly, pregnant women, or disabled people. Sitting there can lead to public scolding and social disapproval. 5. Don't blow your nose at the table. Blowing your nose in public, especially at the dining table, is considered very rude. If you need to clear your nose, find a restroom or a more private space to do so. Sniffling, though uncomfortable, is seen as more acceptable than blowing your nose. 6. Don't eat before the elderly. When dining with Koreans, wait for the eldest person at the table to start eating before you dig in. This shows respect for their age and status. It's a common practice and a sign of good manners. 7. Don't talk on public transportation. Showing respect to those around you is a big deal in Korea. On public transportation, you'll notice that no one carries on conversations or makes phone calls. It's considered disrespectful to invade others' personal space with noise, so keep your voice low or stay silent. 8. Don't wear shoes indoors. In Korea, it's customary to remove your shoes when entering someone's home, certain restaurants, and even some traditional accommodations. This practice keeps living spaces clean and is a sign of respect. Be prepared to leave your shoes at the door and use provided slippers if available. 9. Don't write. Using red ink. Korean culture is very superstitious, and writing names in red ink is thought to mean that the person will die soon. 10. Don't use one hand to receive things. Respect is paramount in Korea, and receiving things with one hand is considered insulting and rude. Always use two hands to receive items, whether it's a drink, a bill, or any other gift. This shows respect to the giver and is a fundamental aspect of Korean etiquette. 11. Drinking etiquette. One big reason why the drinking culture in Korea is so prevalent is that it helps people open up. Even the shyest person becomes more talkative after a few glasses of soju. So, if someone new invites you for drinks, it's because they want to get to know you better and break the ice quickly. Koreans believe that sharing drinks can strengthen friendships, both in personal and work relationships. One important rule is that the youngest person should pour drinks for their elders, whether they are older or higher in rank. When pouring alcohol, especially for the first time, use both hands. If you are receiving a drink, hold your glass with both hands as well. It is polite to turn your face slightly away from others when drinking and cover your mouth with your hand. This means not making eye contact while drinking. If you notice someone's glass is empty or nearly empty, you should offer to refill it. So there you have it, the key things to avoid doing in Korea to ensure a smooth and respectful visit. By following these tips, you'll be sure to have an amazing time and show your appreciation for the local culture. Safe travels and enjoy your Korean adventure. If you found this video helpful and want more travel tips and cultural insights, make sure to subscribe to our channel. Hit the bell icon so you never miss an update on how to travel smart and respectfully around the world.